Hello, it's your girl, Coach-LaKesha Kenya. Today's tip is a scam alert. Okay, today I want to talk to you about scam. And the reason that this subject came about is today is July 7th. Mom and I were here working on our DSDomination business online, and she received a phone call. And on the other end was it sounded to be an Indian gentleman who was offering her a loan of up to $5,000. So, he went on to say, well, you are already pre-approved. This is not an application. You are approved for up to $5,000. So Mom was looking at me and I was looking at her, and it made her feel kind of uneasy, gave her a gutsy feeling, because she immediately put the man on speaker so that I can hear what he was saying. So as she looked at me and I looked at her, and I nodded, for her to proceed just to hear what it was that he was offering. So as he went on through everything, he had her phone number, her address, her email address, a portion of her bank account, as well as social security number. Okay. So with that being said, he named the name of the company. He said it was CashNet USA. Okay. And just keep in mind that I told her I am aware of a CashNet USA, which is normally a payday loan lender. Okay. So anyway, moving forward, as she went through the process, she told him, sir, I'm really not interested in this. And she hung up. Well, the man was persistent. He called back. And he was like, well, why are you not? I told you this is not an application and blah, blah, blah. She said, well, send me something over the internet. Send me an email address and let me think about it. He insisted that she go to the computer, look at the email now. The email wasn't there. It was actually in her spam folder. So he put us on hold and went and told his whoever, and they resubmitted the email, and come to find out, he was like, well, ma'am, can you check your spam? And there was the tentative application there with the same CashNet logo and everything. So as we read it, she was like, well, I wonder if this is, real. She was like, this could be some more investment money towards the business. And so I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Just go through with it. So she started and answered his questions. And so he came back to the phone after a little while, and he asked her some credit questions. And he said, we are a part of the Better Business Bureau and the Federal Trade Commission. And, we have to get the Federal Trade Commission on the phone. It'll take about 10 or 15 minutes for you to answer some questions from them. And we like, Federal Trade Commission? I said, no, Mom. I said, that doesn't sound legit, because the Federal Trade Commission, when has the Federal Trade Commission ever called you or ever been on the phone with you for a $5,000 loan? So anyway, to me, it just started sounding more and more scammy. Okay. So we proceeded further, and it got to the point where the man said, well, we need you to go and buy a vanilla reload. It's not a card. It's not a Visa card. It's not a debit card. But we need you to put your first loan payment on this card to prove to the Federal Trade Commission that you have the ability to pay. And I'm like, oh, no. And so at that point, I took the phone from Mom's hand, and I'm like, look, we are not interested in this scam, fraud. No way, no how are you getting $233 out of here. So basically, he was like, oh, no, ma'am, whatever. No, you are not. This is so-and-so, and we're calling from a recorded line. I said, well, you make sure that the recording is on play. Okay, so on record, so that you can get this. We are not interested. Did your recording get it? We are not interested. We are not interested. Click. The next person calls back, another Indian gentleman. And I'm like, we're not interested. What part of we're not interested do you not understand? Well, ma'am, you just don't understand that this is a real loan and da-da-da from one thing to the other. Okay. All I'm saying is protect yourself. Protect your grandmom, protect your mother, protect your elderly parents, or just think if I had not have been here, she probably would not have proceeded any further, whereas I nodded and said, yeah, listen, she probably would have hung up immediately. But just think of some elderly person who might not have that gutsy instinct to tell them that this is something that's fraudulent. Think about your elderly grandfather who could give them, the whole bank account or go and put $50,000 on a card or send them this money via Western Union. Okay, so this is just information, a tip for you to be on point and alert, as well as for you to educate and alert your elderly neighbors, your aunts, your uncles, and anybody else who could fall victim to this fraudulent activity, okay? And so after the call was over, we hung up, they called back and so on and so forth. They were very, very persistent, which again led me to believe that this is a total fraud and a total scam, okay? Because who does that? If your bank call you or whomever you're getting a loan from, they won't be so persistent. Okay. So protect yourself, protect your family, protect your friends. Share this video with everybody you know so that other people can be on the lookout, because this guy had all my mom's information. Okay. He had everything about her, except for just a few little minor details, but he knew enough about her